So there are many heroes inside of the DC universe, ranging from the top tiers able to destroy planets to the lower tiers who are peak human. But what if the citizens of Earth got tired of the heroes and wanted them depowered and imprisoned? Well, that is exactly the kind of story we get here with DC's absolute power, where we see beings such as the invincible Superman being shot down by normal guns, which is where we pick up and start off, with Superman trying to stop a normal robbery that he has done at this point thousands of times before. But this time is different. This time, instead of the bullets harmlessly bouncing off of his chest, they go through him, as he falls out of the sky with blood coming out of the puncture wounds. Cutting over though, we pick up 28 hours beforehand, where we see two heroes flying through Keystone City, Animal Man and his daughter Animal Girl. But seeing how they have been on a week-long camping trip away from everything, they haven't really gotten the message about what is going on. As when they land at a nearby park, all the normal people start gathering and becoming violent, even going on to throw stones at the heroes, but even fully gang up on them ready to beat them down, with one of them going, "Get them before they get us," and another one calling the heroes monsters, even murderers, as they continue to literally gang up and beat them down, almost half to death. All while this is being recorded and uploaded to various parts of the internet, and because of this we see someone watching, and it is none other than Batman with his current Robin Damian Wayne in the Batcave. And with this we see Batman open a call to all available heroes in the area, telling them to please respond and give him more information about what is even going on, as Batman continues watching and sees that Animal Man, the hero that was getting beaten, was badly injured in the attack and his rate of survival is uncertain. But as Batman continues to talk and communicate with the rest of the League and heroes, we then see what's going on, or supposedly going on, across the entire globe, with footage online showing heroes attacking and murdering civilians just openly, with Shazam attacking people in Philadelphia, or Green Lantern and Supergirl attacking and going on another murderous rampage, or even Firestorm apparently attacking a hospital and Blue Beetle going on his own personal rampage across the city. And this footage is being spread online like wildfire. But as it turns out, not everything is as it seems, as when we see the real heroes, we see them say that this footage is fake. How personally Mr. Terrific was with Shazam at the time and they were fighting a villain. Nightwing even going on to say the same thing, how they were nowhere near any refuge camp, but if you look online and everywhere, there's footage of them slaughtering people. So someone, somewhere, for whatever reason, is faking footage and making it seem like these heroes have all snapped and have gone on murderous rampages, which this very fact is what led to the civilians at the beginning attacking Animal Man and presumably almost killing him, which we see even the Flash wasn't safe from this, as he in his own words say he barely escaped an angry mob with his life. How that whatever this is run amok. The internet, the airwaves, it is a global blizzard of manufactured footage that has been going around for the last 72 hours. People are freaking out because this looks like some type of global superhuman terrorist attack. And I mean, first of all, how did the Flash barely escape with his life? The fastest man alive. But of course, just like any story, there needs to be stakes. And as such, we then cut over to the Daily Planet, where we see Superman, Clark Kent, and Lois Lane looking over some of this faked footage, as even Superman himself isn't safe from being included in the supposed superhuman attack. And as it turns out, these stories are being ran on their own news networks, even against their will, with Lois Lane going on to say, "Unbelievable, how could something like this happen so fast? Who could be behind this?" And as it turns out, it is none other than Amanda Waller, who, if you know who she is, she famously hates and doesn't like any metahumans. So it's not really a surprise that she is involved and might even be behind this entire thing. As we cut over to the Hall of Order, which is a repurposed Hall of Justice for the government. But there we see Amanda Waller meeting with Sarge Steele as they plan and talk about this entire catastrophe that is currently going on. But this guy doesn't approve of what Amanda Waller is doing, saying how super paranoia is up and the disinformation is working. But Waller herself doesn't really see it as disinformation, as she goes on to say, calling it that isn't really fair. I've said it for years. Superheroes are anything but that. They create more trouble than they avert. They have absolute power and they answer to no one. And they occasionally have tantrums. Tantrums that could turn the world to ash. As she continues on saying, it's unbelievable how wrong the Luthers and Jokers of the world have gotten it. No, you don't need fear gas or telepathic mind control to shift public opinion. All you have to do is refine your message into simply, the heroes are coming for you. Because no matter how many busloads of nuns Superman saves, you can make an uncomfortable large amount of people doubt their own eyes and ears, as long as you repeat the message about 50,000 times. As they continue walking further into the base and make it to the computing power of this operation. And who is this technological being, you may ask? Well, it is none other than the Bride of Brainiac. And you see his attempt to create a mate was stopped by Superman and other heroes, and now Amanda Waller has it under her supervision. But no, this isn't all the help she is getting. As you see, this Bride of Brainiac is only the computing power. No, there still needs to be the brains behind the operation, and as it turns out, it is none other than the Batman villain FAILSAFE, who in short is an android programmed with all of Batman's intelligence, moves, and smarts, but also his infamous planning, and has previously taken down the Bat family, Justice League, and Superman himself. and now working with Amanda Waller and this now Brainiac level being, the heroes are really in for it now. Because if you think all of this fake footage and public opinion was the worst of it, well, you haven't seen anything yet, as FAILSAFE then tells Amanda Waller that phase 2 of their plan is ready and underway. Because as FAILSAFE goes to tell Amanda Waller that their task force is ready for deployment, each of these 7 beings have been assigned a specific target, and when they are done, they will finally have order across the entire world. And with that, Amanda Waller gives the word in beginning this now hunt. And with that, we move back over to the world. From Titan's Tower to Gotham City to London to even South Carolina, we see heroes all over trying their best to be in the public eye to quell this fake hysteria going on. But little do they know, it's about to get way worse for them, as we see where we begun this video with Superman stopping the robbers, but this time from a different angle, as we see him being viewed from behind through some lens, and as the lens finally gets a clear shot on him, it locks onto its target, and just like that, 2 gunshots rings out and the Man of Steel falls. But in the area, his son John Kent and his clone were nearby as they come to his rescue, but unfortunately John Kent himself says he can hear Superman's pulse fading, and so with that they try to rush him to the nearest hospital, but unfortunately for these 2 super beings, they will begin to share Superman's fate, as they are locked on as targets as well, and suddenly they lose their powers and fall from the sky crashing down, which means whatever is going on, if it's powerful enough to stop not only Superman himself but other super beings near his level, this is a worldwide threat. And as we see Batman panicking, trying to get a read on the situation and exactly what is even going on, the footage stops. But no, not because the heroes did anything or could do anything to stop it, but because Amanda Waller and her plans are moving forward, as just then they start to pick up a global live feed from Amanda Waller herself, broadcasting all across the globe. As she begins to say and explain, we no longer need to live in fear, because effective immediately in the wake of these unprecedented superhuman strikes, my bureau is actively dispatching our ultimate solution, a solution to all superhumans and superpowered individuals. And as I speak, my task force is ending the threat permanently, as we see multiple teams of heroes from across the globe succumb to the same fate that Superman and the other super beings did, apparently losing their powers permanently in whatever way of fashion Amanda Waller is doing this. And as we cut over to Batman's reaction, he isn't held up on the fact that this is happening and the heroes are losing their powers. No, he is held up on the fact that Amanda Waller is going public with this, saying Waller would never go this route unless she believes she already won, because in a sense, she kind of has. Every major hero on Earth, including some of the more powerful ones, speedsters such as the Flash family, are caught and rendered powerless, because as Batman goes on to further say, the real threat of that global hack and videos was to lure all of them out into the open. He has made a massive miscalculation. He thought if he could just outwit her, if he was just clever enough, he would win, but no, she's not playing chess, she's rolling tanks. As we see a widespread of really what's going on, 7 androids somehow able to absorb the powers of the Justice League. We see a Flash one, a Wonder Woman one, a Green Lantern one, an Aquaman one, and even a Superman one. And apparently, once they steal your powers, it can't revert. It is theirs permanently, meaning for now the heroes are completely powerless and defenseless. Even beings such as Dr. Fate and Constantine aren't safe, as we see some of the robots go on to say, surrender, resistance is pointless. If you have superpowers, we will take them. If you utilize devices, we will drain them. Even if you use magic, you will no longer remember how to conjure it. And as it turns out, these robots are none other than Amazos, which one Amazo just by itself is usually enough to fight against and even solo the Justice League. So now imagine multiple Amazos draining the hero's abilities permanently, and they are all interconnected through FAILSAFE into a hive mind. But as Batman and Damian are trying their best to escape and get to clear ground, he radios into the supposedly secret Justice League radio wave, telling everyone to escape and to retreat and wait for further instructions, because Amanda Waller doesn't know about this frequency. But before he is able to even finish, there was another voice on the line telling Batman that he is incorrect and it is none other than Green Arrow. But unfortunately, this isn't a good thing, as Batman goes to ask Green Arrow where is he and is he injured, but it seems the Arrow had a change of heart and a change of sides, as he is now working for Amanda Waller in the task force, telling Batman that he is on the right side of history, as he goes on to further say that he is sorry, but he has been warning all of the super folks for a long time that humans don't appreciate being looked down upon, and that while the heroes are good at capping volcanoes, they aren't good at fixing society's real problems and affecting actual change. But Batman of course tells Arrow that he is speaking nonsense and that he is one of them, a hero, but it seems Ollie says not anymore. He is on Team Waller now and they are coming for them, because as it would seem, Amanda Waller and her team of FAILSAFE in this new Bride of Brainiac have really thought of everything, because Green Arrow goes on to explain that there is nowhere to really go. Waller has brokered a deal with the United Planets, making sure that no one can leave Earth and that no space cavalry is coming. They have also sealed away the time stream, so no time travel in the microverse, and that Amanda Waller knows their secrets, there's no exits, and there's no hope. But Green Arrow then goes on to further explain, saying, I know you guys might be thinking, oh, this is just Amazos, we have fought them before and beat them, we can do it again. And if we can destroy them, our powers will be restored, right? But no, those are the old rules. This is a new design, completely new technology, where now, when something is taken, their powers, it is irreversible, and that their powers are never coming back. As we see the Justice League and other heroes in absolute utter ruin, Superman bleeding out on the floor, Wonder Woman hurt and powerless, Batman fleeing for his life for any type of safe haven, all while the other heroes of the Earth are being round up, powerless, and possibly even killed. And on this giant revelation, this issue comes to a close, as does this video. So yeah, that was the first issue of DC's Absolute Power. What did you guys think? Because this will be the big summer event that DC has this year. But if you were to ask me personally, I think the premise is pretty interesting, but obviously knowing comics, obviously in the end things will go back to the status quo, because you would be a fool to think that Superman and the other heroes are just going to stay depowered. But I did think this issue was interesting and definitely enjoyable. And if you enjoyed it too, leave a like, or even subscribe if you are new and enjoy this type of content. This is the Hero Informer, and thank you for watching.